will fly to Bigfoot's real, the truth in you. Science, sense, and grace combined. This is all, it's time to shine. Mystery solved, it's time to shine. Squatch-Tv brings it live. Steve and Chris, they're gonna fly. Those going unturned, the facts alive. Bigfoot story now defined. Footsteps here and shadows there. In the woods they do prepare. Concepts for life away. Bigfoot secrets shown today. Sunday night of lights and shine. Sunday night of sunshine. Swan seeds, it's time to shine. Sunday night of lights and shine. Sunday night of lights and shine. Mystery solved, it's time to shine. Mystery solved, it's time to shine.
Welcome to Squatchdtv, where the truth is first before all else. Join your hosts, veteran investigator, TV personality, and author Steve Kulls, and from the Kentucky Bigfoot Research Project and the Kentucky Fried Fixes channel, Chris Bennett. Sit back and prepare to take yourself on a journey with the longest-running Bigfoot podcast, Squatchdtv. Here are your hosts, Steve and Chris.
And good evening, cyberspace. Welcome to Squatchdtv, the Bigfoot news, here for October 18th, 2024. I'm your host, your guy, the Squatch Detective, Steve Kulls, along with my co-host right down there, the co-host with the most, Mr. Chris Bennett.
Good to see you, Steve, man. I hope everything's going good for you in New York. We've been getting a lot of cool weather here in Kentucky here lately.
It is a beautiful day today. I mean, it's cold tonight, but the days are beautiful.
60, high 60s and 33s, they're saying, but I think we might have dipped down a little bit below 33 because I saw a little frost on the ground the other morning.
Yeah, we hit 29 last night.
Yep.
But I didn't notice it. I got out and by like 10 o'clock, it was in the fifth. It was like 45. By noontime, it was 62 degrees and just beautiful out.
Yeah, beautiful weather. And I love this kind of weather where it's cool enough you can get outside and do something, but not so cold that you got to have be bundled up.
Yep.
It won't be long, though. It's going to be like, okay, put on your four pair of corduroys and...
and you fall in the snow and you got to get somebody to pick you up because you're like...
Yeah, been a busy week. I didn't have a chance. I was going to do a tractor video and didn't have a chance to get it done because we were doing all this running around.
Yeah, I mean, I started physical therapy this week, and that's helping.
Oh,
until tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll wake up. Remember, that physical therapy. You'll still be recovering from that tomorrow. You'll feel it, guaranteed. Well, but it's good for you. No pain, no gain.
Yep. Yeah, right now it's 44 degrees.
All right.
So it's going to be a chilly one tonight too. But is what it is. What it is. Okay, here we are. Let's do the roll call and get on with the show.
What we got here?
All right. First in tonight is Walter Kroll. Hello, Walter. Good to see you. Karen Fisher. Hello. Sharon stopped by to say hello, and she'll catch us on the flip.
All right.
Tracy Bennett. Good to see you. Helton Chris, a.k.a. Faster Man. How are you, my brother? Jeremiah, Bigfoot Society. What is going on? And, of course, there is our mod, Jen. Good to see you, Jen. Brian S. Good to see you, brother. David Parker, how are you? And that's it for now.
See you guys. Thank you for joining us, hanging out with us on Friday. We always appreciate it.
You know, I'm sure Mick will be in sometime soon. He's probably just digesting his meatloaf.
Yeah, maybe.
So I just want to do a quick shout out to all of our I did a little stats today on the audio side and found out our number one streaming service that picks up our show as audio is Spotify.
Oh, cool.
Which is really cool. But at number 2 was, and we didn't know this until today, was Sirius XM's app.
All right.
We're on Sirius XM. So that was kind of cool. Hey, there's Buttworm. We haven't seen Buttworm in a bit. We haven't seen you in a minute.
Good to see you, man. And hello to all our truck drivers out there listening to us on Sirius XM. We appreciate you.
Amen.
I'm one of you, brothers.
Yeah. But we'll be talking about a truck driver in a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So tomorrow, just a quick brief note that tomorrow from 10 to 6, for those that are listening locally, I will be at the Viaport, formerly known as the Rotterdam Square Mall, from 10 to 6 for the Do You Believe 2 con. So it's actually 2. I had the graphic from the old one, so I just used that. But I'll be there 10 to 6, and I'm going to be with people like Kenny Irish, the crypto punkologist, and Bruce Hallenbeck is going to be there. So
I'm going to read off the address there, Steve, in case anybody's listening on the XM.
Certainly.
93 West Campbell Road, Schenectady, New York, 12306. Schenectady. I like that.
Schenectady. Oh, there he is. Hello, nurse.
Hey, Mick.
But anyway, yep. So I'll be there. I'll be doing a presentation, and I'll be doing book signings there all day long. Cool. So should be a fun time. I got to pack a lot of stuff tomorrow morning. So it's an early morning for me. It's only about a 35-minute drive over to Viaport. So it's not that far of a drive. It's low. So
that's good.
And let's see what else. Of course, we're going to be, we're now on Sirius XM's app. And starting this week, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Wolf Rock Radio, we're going to be broadcasting the previous Sunday's episode, the audio of the episode. So maybe we'll generate some new people coming in and and of course, it'll give people over on Wolf Rock Radio a taste of the Bigfoot world.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be, I think it's going to be a big crypto lineup for Sunday. He's got like 5 or 6 hours worth of content. He's got a few podcasters coming on. So it's good to be joining that part of the family, and we welcome them into our family too. If you ever look out there, you see Brian Wolf in there. He's the one who runs Wolf Rock Radio. So good, very good guy, and a lot of fun, and a former Air Force veteran as well.
Ah, good deal. We appreciate you, Brian. WolfRockRadio.com.
That is correct. Okay, let's get on to story number 1. So story number 1 comes from the Peoria Journal Star, written by Dave. Wow, if you look at that, Aminian, right? Okay. Dave Aminian. But if you look at it real quick, it looks like Dave Eminem. I'm Slim Shady, the real Slim Shady.
We love you, Dave.
So,
yeah, Mr. Kalinsky.
Yeah. How in the hell would that happen? Anyway. I mean, I have 5 letters in my last name. 5. Remember King Kong Bundy used to pin people. He didn't want a 3 count. He wanted 5. Anyway.
I was just stunned. I can imagine.
Yep. Last Sunday. Yeah, we did have a lot of fun Sunday.
Sure. Always. No matter what the subject is, at least we're going to have a good time.
Yes, I am I am Kolinsky. I come from Gulag. Anyway, all right, here we are. Okay.
They're already talking about food.
You people have no shame.
Oh, man.
You know what? For Christmas this year, I'm getting everybody Weight Watchers.
I don't know. Slow cooked ribs sounds pretty good to me. I mean,
yeah, I kind of agree with that. Okay. Oh, I also had a death in the family this week too.
oh my goodness. Ooh, what happened?
Yeah, my air fryer died.
Oh, well, yeah. And he's replaceable though.
Yeah. Well, yes, and it already has been replaced. Because we live on that thing. Or I do.
The air fryer is the way to go, people. I'm telling you, if you buy fries, like at the store,
I
throw them in there.
I sit there and you can do chicken pot pies in air fryer.
Oh yeah.
You can do lots of stuff. I mean, this morning I made garlic bread in the air fryer.
Oh yeah.
Man, you can do a lot. Okay.
Yeah. The chicken patties too. They puff up like popcorn.
So, Martin Stiltz, good to see you, Marty. A quick little note. You know what I do is if I get pre-made meatballs, what I do is I start them in the air fryer, crisp them up, and then I put them in the sauce.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And it releases the fats into the sauce a lot quicker.
Okay.
Whoa, good stuff. All right.
Enough
about food because I haven't eaten yet either.
Peoria.
Weird news. The Journal Star. I was just stunned. Peoria truck driver in viral video after seeing Bigfoot in rural Peoria County. Neither rain nor snow nor sleet nor hail shall keep the postman from their appointed rounds. Not even if Bigfoot's involved. A Peoria truck driver transporting mail for the U.S. Postal Service in a 24-foot truck in rural central Illinois reported seeing a huge creature alongside the road believed to be Bigfoot while completing his route on October 5th. He was interviewed by Bigfoot investigators, which happened to be the BFRO, who labeled it an official sighting of the mysterious as an official sighting of the mysterious massive creature, also popular known as Sasquatch or skunk ape. Troubled by what he saw, truck driver Gary Rutherford Jr. looked for Bigfoot research online and found a community message board and posted his encounter. Bigfoot researchers and investigators found him from that report, and now his tale is part of a viral TikTok video that has 360,000 views and more than 830 comments in less than 24 hours. Somebody getting paid. Not this guy. The information from that video came via post from the BFRO founder, Matt Moneymaker, who co-hosted the show Finding Bigfoot, which aired on Animal Planet from 2011 to 2016. I'm not calling it Bigfoot. The investigators have concluded that's what it was, and I accept that. All I know is it scared the absolute hell out of me, and I can't get it out of my mind. I thought about it for days and felt like I needed to tell someone. That's how I ended up online. Doesn't that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Again, PTSD when having a sighting. Now I'm hearing from people all over the place. Rutherford Jr. is not alone. The TikTok video is packed with comments from viewers talking about their own encounters with Bigfoot in the Peoria area. One comment noted someone has erected a giant cutout of Bigfoot on top of a hill between two fields on a road between Glassford and Mapleton.
Yeah.
5 seconds that changed his life. Gary Rutherford is a 42-year-old Peoria native. His son, Gary Rutherford III, was a star linebacker for Peoria High School and is now a redshirt freshman at Wyoming. Rutherford drives for no roads 10 Roads Express, a Peoria trucking firm that moves mail for the United States Postal Service. I have a regular route I've been driving now for about a year and a half, Rutherford Jr. said. I leave from downtown Peoria and head out to surrounding small towns. I take Route 9 between Glassford and Canton 6 days a week. On October 5th, I was maybe 3/4 a mile onto Route 9, had my low beams on, still fairly dark out at 6 a.m. when I saw it. I didn't process this thing until I was right up on it. I did a double take. It was standing 2 legs, brown fur. I drove past it in about 5 seconds. In that moment, it locked eyes with me, orange, yellowish, glowing eyes. And I realized it was eye to eye, even though I was sitting up in a 24-foot truck. So I estimated the thing had to be about 8 feet tall. I was just stunned trying to figure out what I just saw. He arrived in Canton to offload his mail. Shaken, he had told employees there about it. Later on, he told family members. He went back in the daylight to look in the area, hoping to find footprints, but it was lined by heavy grass. The encounter really bothered him, so he started to research Bigfoot sites online and found a message board where he posted a story. Bigfoot investigators contacted him. He did get teased by some people, supported by others. But he has an ongoing mystery to square in his mind, and he still drives that route every day. That's all he can do. The truck is equipped with an exterior camera, but it is only triggered to taping if there's a collision. I replay it over and over every day in my mind. That thing was just so huge. It was walking along the side of the road like it was getting ready to cross. And it was just me and him out there. I think it was surprised as I was. So that's the story about him. And then article goes in to talk about, using the BFRO database to, look at the history of Bigfoot in the area, talking about a sighting in August 2011, walking along a creek bed in Peoria County, reported finding extremely large footprints. May 2010, a mushroom hunter in Princeville near Evans Mills Road in the Jubilee College State Park area found footprints. A deer hunter in Jubilee State Park saw a tall creature walking at dusk through a clearing from 120 yards away. The hunter said the creature's coat was brownish red and appeared to be over 8 foot tall. So that is the story. What do you think, Chris?
Well, it sounds credible. There's a BFRO report on this one too. It's number 77743. Now, I did look that report up on the BFRO, and they gave the GPS coordinates for the location. Now, where they've got the GPS marker on for the coordinates is on Highway 24, but I can see up. It looks like he was on Highway 9, and that runs into 24, and then breaks back off into Highway 9 again. So somewhere in that region along the Illinois River, that stretch of road there, is where his sighting occurred. And that is interesting because there's a nice little Banner Marsh State Fish and Wildlife area not 1,000 feet from where he saw, or he reportedly had his sighting. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Illinois is known for lots of farmland, not much wilderness area. But if you'll look up the GPS coordinates from the BFRO report, you'll see this area has some
and a very lousy football team.
Well, no comment on them. But it's not too far from the Dollar General store, it looks like. But yeah, that's kind of a marshy, swampy looking area there right next to the Illinois River. So I found that to be very interesting. Plus, since the guy's a truck driver, he's sitting way up in the air in a big truck, and I'm thinking it's probably a box truck. I'm not certain, but anyway, higher than you would normally sit in a regular vehicle. And he said he was eye to eye with it. So that's pretty tall. That's a pretty tall creature.
Marty says these sightings are all around me, just not in this county. It's odd. Well, that's because you're there, Marty. They didn't want nothing to do with you.
But it sounds good, especially being that the Illinois River runs alongside that highway. That makes a lot of sense. If you think about travel routes and stuff like that, that would make a lot of sense. But his description of being a little troubled by it and changed his life, and then he started posting online. That sounds real familiar. I think a lot of people that have a sighting like that, especially of something that he probably had no idea, probably thought, well, that's the last thing in the world I'm expecting to see today. And guess what? Monsters are real.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, my eyes aren't what they used to be, Chris. My eyes are not what they used to be. Had my grandson with me. We decided I wanted to take him to a movie. So I saw this good kids movie on this theater. We walked in and we started watching it. And oh my God, I had to rush him out of there. I had to put my hands over his eyes, had to rush him out of there.
Oh no.
Yeah, I look up at the banner. I thought it was Rumpelstiltskin. It was Rumple Foreskin.
Oh God, no. Well, good that you covered his eyes.
Tell you what. So I put him on the I sent him in a cab and I sent him home and I went back in and finished the film.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I totally made that up, folks. So don't.
David. Oh, wait a minute, not Bigfoot sighting. David Parker. Hang on, guys. David Parker says a lot of food in a marshy area. That's true. That's true.
Oh, that's interesting. Matt Moneyagger had an interesting update in his Facebook group about it. His truck and the front camera didn't capture the footage because it's only recording if you tap on the brake, and the driver didn't do that. So close.
Yeah. Said the camera did record his facial reactions to what he was seeing, and he was able. He could get that, but I think Moneymaker told him that wouldn't be a big help. I'd like to see it.
Was that on? Did you happen to see the video, the TikTok video?
Yeah, but I saw a TikTok video, and they've got one listed on the.
I mean, does it show the video of him in the truck or no?
No, it's this guy's just talking about it. TikTok at Bigfoot Society, and it's on the
that'd be Jeremiah.
The article from the Journal Star. I'm pretty sure it is.
Jeremiah gave us permission to play the video. Unfortunately, we have no way to drag it over here.
Yeah, we can throw it, but it wouldn't pick up his audio.
I don't believe so now.
So yeah, it was from at Bigfoot Society.
But you know what? We will. I tell you what. We'll get a hold of it. We'll play it for everybody on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's okay with Jeremiah. We'll be like,
who is that?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, whoa. That's Jeremiah's video? How many views that sumbitch got?
Oh, hang on. Let me see here. I can't tell. I think on here it's not showing.
Hang on.
But I see 25.1 thousand hearts, so I'm assuming that's likes. 1,371 comments.
Hang on, I can't hear you, Chris. I got to put my ears back on.
Okay. Yeah, I said it's got over 25,000 hearts, which I assume are likes. I'm not really.
Yes, they are. Yep. Oh, there it is. 600,000.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, that's not the truck driver. No.
Oh, hang on a second.
Bigfoot Society.
I'm just figuring out the ad revenue from that sumbitch. Let's see. Now we have to factor in TikTok. Well, congratulations, Jeremiah. You made 83 cents. All right.
But that's the TikTok video they've got on the article in the Journal Star. They haven't got anything from Gary Rutherford. Gary Rutherford Jr. Right? And, he said his son, Gary Rutherford III, was a star linebacker for Peoria High School and is now a redshirt freshman at Wyoming. Congratulations.
Which means he'll end up on the Broncos some year.
Possibly.
Definitely not going to be in Chicago playing.
You never know. Hey, might go to Dallas. Might be a Cowboy.
Listen. The Bears had one good season. They had a guy that was the size of a refrigerator. He was nicknamed the refrigerator and ate all the food in the refrigerator.
Yeah. Oh, man. But totally believable.
Jeremiah, you take care, brother.
Yeah, thank you, Jeremiah. Totally believable encounter here. Nothing screams, look at me, I want attention, I'm making this up. The guy's got a job delivering the U.S. mail. And which, you guys, I'm sure everybody has seen, especially if you live in a rural area. You've met those big box trucks coming down the road, and they go to the local post office and unload here, then go to the next local post office. So this dude, I'm sure, spends some time on the back roads every day.
Yep.
Monday through Friday.
It's what tells me the sincerity is really the comment where he says, I just keep thinking about this. Basically, right. I replay it over and over every day in my mind. Yeah. That's what happened to me. I mean, it's what happens to a lot of people. It just replays and replays and replays. It's a traumatic incident, and then he needed to get it off his chest. Right. Again, that's part of having a little bit of trauma to it. Yeah. So,
well, yeah, in the BFRO report, he says Gary thought for sure his camera had recorded the Sasquatch. When he returned to his employer and told him that what he saw, there was a sincere desire to get the clip of the Sasquatch on the side of the road. To the dismay of all, the forward camera does not record unless there is some event like braking or engine turn signal activation, etc.
But it did catch his reaction, yes?
Not his reaction. Yeah.
Very good. Well, that's a lot.
That's odd, though. Your company camera only catches the action of what's going on.
I would love to see that video. I would really love to see a video and break down the body language on that.
His company keeps the full recordings of what the driver is doing the entire time. So his boss offered to get him the clip of his own facial reactions, but not what he was reacting to. So that's kind of sad in a way. But then again, why is the company watching the driver the whole time? That's
they do.
Make sure he doesn't pick up his phone or something like that.
Now, I don't want to step out of line for my employer, but as you know, I've been out of work due to an injury.
Right.
But while I'm driving the ambulance, there is a video of me and my sidekick driving, and they try to gig you on if you run a red light, you run a green light, you are too aggressive when you're going code 3. Yeah, you get yanked into the office and talked to.
Wow.
And they, because they're whatever the computer there will, it will kick off certain indicators whether or not, if you brake too hard or you brake too lightly, or there's, somebody cuts in, if somebody is too close to you while you're moving, it will flag the video, which kind of is not the greatest thing in the world, but.
Well, I'm awful thankful to the drivers that took me from Caverna Hospital to the Bowling Green, Kentucky Hospital. These guys saved me, and I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. And there was some acceleration and braking. I felt some of that.
Yep.
When I was awake. Oh man. But yeah, it seems like a credible sighting. I would like to hear him tell it in his own words. What happened. I've not been able to find that. Now it may be on TikTok. I'm not certain.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the reminder, David. Today is Bob Gimlin's 93rd birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Bob.
Happy birthday to Bob Gimlin.
Many more, sir. Many more.
I'm getting the eye from the office assistant right now.
Well, grab him a snack.
No. He can wait. He can wait the 29 minutes left of the program for crying out loud.
It's biscuit time.
No, it's not. It's not. He just had a bone an hour ago.
It's always biscuit time for your office assistant.
Oh yeah.
Spoil him a little bit.
No, I spend more money on dog cookies than I do on dog food. Okay.
Well, the only TikTok video that I've seen in the article was Jeremiah's. That's it. So if he's got a TikTok video,
yeah, well, that's the one. 613,000 views. Wow. It's nice to have a winner once in a while, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
All right. Next story. Here we go. Now we're going to step into the cryptid world a little bit. This one comes from the Guardian over there in the UK. How a putrid find in a museum cupboard could be the key to bringing the Tasmanian tiger back to life. And this is written by Adam Morton. And let's see. So, as it says, it doesn't say where this came from. I don't know if the article didn't print one of the pages. But anyway, a well-preserved thylacine head was a gruesome sight, but it also contained RNA molecules crucial to reconstructing the extinct animal's genome. And then it says breakthroughs sometimes turn up in unexpected places. The head was literally a head in a bucket of ethanol in the back of a cupboard that had just been dumped there with some skin removed and been sitting there for about 110 years.
Wow.
Professor Andrew Pask, the head of the Thylacine Integrated Genetic Restoration Research with the acronym TIGER lab at the University of Melbourne, says. Melbourne, Australia. It was pretty putrid, a completely gruesome sight. People had chopped large chunks off it. Aesthetics aside, the specimen had a lot going for it. It contained material the scientists thought would be impossible to find, including long RNA molecules crucial to reconstructing an extinct animal's genome. This was the miracle that happened with this specimen, Pask says. It blew my mind. A year on, he says, it has advanced the work of a team of Australian and U.S. scientists who are trying to resurrect the species more than expected at this stage. We are further along more than I thought we would be, and we have completed a lot of things we thought would be very challenging and others said would have been impossible. The project to bring back the thylacine is being driven by Colossal, a Texas-based biotechnology, de-extraction, and species preservation company that is also aiming to recreate the woolly mammoth and the dodo using genetic engineering techniques. Led by the tech and software entrepreneur Ben Lab, Colossal has raised $235 million US, employs 155 people directly, and is funding research at 13 laboratories across the globe. They include the Tiger Lab, which operates at the University of Melbourne School of Biosciences. The thylacine was Australia's only marsupial apex predator. It once lived across the continent, but was restricted to Tasmania about 3,000 years ago. Dog-like in appearance and with stripes across its back, it was extensively hunted after European colonization. The last known survivor died in captivity in 1936, and it was declared officially extinct in the 1980s. Colossal says researchers have made several breakthroughs in its work on the species, putting the company much closer to its goal of returning it to the wild. They include what they say is the highest quality ancient genome ever produced, with just 45 gaps in a genetic blueprint that contains about 3 billion pieces of information. Wow.
Yeah.
That's that percentage of what's missing is practically non-existent.
Right.
Lamb says it is an incredible scientific leap, putting the program on track to de-extinct the thylacine, while other recent breakthroughs will be useful in protecting critically endangered species. We are pushing as fast as possible to create the science necessary to make extinction a thing of the past, he says. In other words, he's going to make extinction extinct.
Yes.
All right. The soft tissue of the museum's Victoria specimen that researchers dub head in a bucket contained preserved long sequences of DNA, genetic material that is the same in almost every cell nucleus in a body, but also long RNA molecules. Pass says the latter were crucial and unexpected. RNA is much less stable than DNA. It varies in different types of tissue and contains what is effectively a readout of active genes needed for particular tissue to function. It meant researchers were able to get information related to the animal's nose, eyes, tongue, and other facial material, giving a picture of what a thylacine could taste and smell, what kind of vision it had, and how its brain functioned.
Yeah, it always helps to have a brain in the animal. They don't function too good without that.
You know, one would think they would put some, they could use some of those cells to resurrect Congress. Anyway, Pass says the result is the first annotated extinct animal genome. It helps us prove that what we are bringing back is genuinely a thylacine and not some hybrid animal. The thylacine researchers aim to take stem cells from a living species with similar DNA to a thylacine, the much smaller fat-tailed Dunart, and turn them into the closest approximation of thylacine cells possible using gene editing expertise developed by George Church, a professor of genetics at Harvard Medical School and Ann Colossal's co-founder. Well, I'll answer that question in a second, Mick. The announcement about the genetic breakthrough came ahead of the event at the SXSW Festival in Sydney on Friday, where Lamb and Pass will talk about their work with actor Luke Hemsworth, and the Hemsworths have backed the project. So that is that article. So very, very fascinating. You know what? Put that comment back up there, Mick's comment, Chris, if you could. There we are. Nobody's stopping to think. This is what Mick says. Nobody's stopping to think that just maybe extinction of a species is part of the natural order and it impacts which species become dominant. Well, here's the issue with that is that we hunted them to extinction. So had we not, we are the apex predators on the planet. And maybe they weren't supposed to go extinct if there wasn't all of us Homo sapiens popping off a gun at them.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's Mick's got the Jeff Goldblum argument, which makes sense. It's something that went extinct naturally, that nature chose that, it should not continue. That's one thing. But with the thylacine, we're kind of responsible for that. We killed them off, and everybody. There's no doubt they weren't made extinct by nature. They were made extinct by man. If we could bring them back, I think that would be
there's another interesting thing, because if you go with Darwinism, natural selection.
Yeah.
We are the apex predators, and if we killed them off, then is that natural?
Well,
you have a whole nother side of that argument saying, well, we naturally killed them off. I mean, that's what we do.
Yeah,
hey, good night, David.
I don't think Darwinism applies to civilized society. That's more or less in nature.
Well, why not?
We should be more civilized than destroy things and make things disappear forever.
It's not like they were food.
Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, these venomous snakes, I would be fine if you made every one of them extinct, and I wouldn't cry about it a bit.
I don't necessarily would feel that way.
I know some people like them, but
I kind of look at it this way. And we'll get to Chris's Helton's, aka Faster Man's comment in a second too. If you want to, I'll star that one real quick.
oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's really hard to say. It's one of those things. But I think that by us, you gotta understand, when we make a species go extinct or kill them to near extinction, ourselves, we're messing with the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Right. Now, if we look at the example in Jurassic Park, by the actor Jeff Goldblum's doctor's position.
Right.
The dinosaurs went extinct naturally. That was a cataclysmic event that wiped them all out. The creatures that exist on this planet, none of them were around at the time of the dinosaurs. So that would kind of throw the ecosystem off a little bit. Conversely, since their extinction, 1936, and I know there are some sightings, and we'll talk about that in a second. I look at it from the aspect of, now if we bring them back, where are we going to keep them? Number one, we just going to put them in a zoo? Or number two, are we going to release them into the wild? And that's going to upset this ecosystem that's been developed now for, almost 90 years. Right. So, yeah, there are a lot of considerations, and I understand the side of the argument kind of on both sides. Wouldn't it be cool to see a thylacine? Wow, a real live thylacine that was extinct?
Yes, it would.
How about a woolly mammoth? I would feel the same way. But again, the woolly mammoth was hunted to extinction pretty much too.
Well, yeah,
but that was for food.
That's a pretty sound theory that man actually is responsible for the mammoth going extinct.
Right. But why the saber-toothed tiger go? Why did the saber-toothed tiger go extinct? Why did all these very large mammals go extinct and kind of reduce their size? There's a lot of good questions here to unpack. And, for me, it's, call it, a curiosity. I would love to see a thylacine create. I would love to see it. I would go visit. I would like, yeah, come on, bring them over and tour them here in the United States, or let me go to Australia and see them, because that would be really cool to see something that isn't supposed to exist anymore, but we brought it back. Now, to get to Chris's comment about there are still sightings of them in recent videos in the last 10 years. You may think the DNA stuff is stupid, but let's face it, science acknowledges that these things are extinct, and really, if we're not seeing them, I mean, we're seeing them less than we see Bigfoot. Let's face that. So how big of a breeding population can they have? If they had in such a small geographical area, you would think they would find them. And there have been biologists, there have been thylacine projects that have gone on putting hunters into the woods, and they have found very little. Oh, very little.
Martin says, was he killed off due to sport like fox hunting? No, Martin, what it was they had sheep farms. And the thylacines were running amok. They were causing the sheep farmers a lot of trouble. And so what they did, they put a bounty on them, and they actually hunted them to extinction.
Kind of like they do coyotes sometime here in the United States.
Yeah.
But, coyotes or wolves get to be pestersome. These farmers who depend on their crops and their livestock for a living, they start getting them killed off. It's causing them financial duress. Yep. So then they go and they appeal to whatever game warden or Fish and Game or environmental conservation, that system that they have in their state, and they okay them to, get rid of a few. There are some states that a nuisance animal can be killed year round.
Yep.
New York State is not one of those, believe it or not. You know, you have to apply for permitting, and you have to make a case to say, hey, listen, because New York is very concerned about their ecosystem not going off kilter. That's why they only issue so many deer permits tags a year. Like every other state, they only issue so many tags a year because they want to keep that breeding population going of all these animals. So,
Well, here in Kentucky, up until the 1970s, we did not have a population of coyotes. They were everything, the coyotes were west of the Mississippi River. But sometime during the 70s, we had a really cold snap, and the Mississippi River froze over, and the coyotes, evidently, they theorized, were able to cross. And so since that time, we've had a big population of coyotes in Kentucky, and they're everywhere east of the Mississippi now. They have since become a pest, classified as a pest in Kentucky, and they do allow hunting.
and like I see, Helton, I see both sides of the argument here,
Yeah.
and it's just my morbid curiosity that leans more towards bring them back. Because now we all get to see them. We don't have to, have the same muckety muck that we have with our big hairy friend that the show is based around.
Right. Well, the only thing from what I've read about they're trying to bring back the thylacine. Of course, this is new. Okay, this is new. This full DNA that they've got recovered, RNA. But they were trying to use an animal which is about the size of a mouse to start mixing and playing with that genetic code to try to bring back a thylacine.
Thank you for that, Josh. And there's a new name. Welcome, Josh. Good to see you, sir. And he says Tony Healy's book "Out of the Shadows" is great insight on the subject. Yeah, I'm starting to get. I'm gonna have to do some YouTube searching and perhaps get a book or two because I'm fascinated by this now. And what I like about this topic is it's more. There's more scientists involved in this topic than there are in the Bigfoot side. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see, to really to dive into it. But again, it's not something I personally can go out and find tomorrow. So why would I? That's why it's really a casual interest rather than that. I'm actually more interested in the UAP situation that's going on here. And there's going to, not to delve off that, but I just want to remind that I believe on November 13th, there is going to be another UAP hearing in Congress with more whistleblowers. So that should be very interesting. But
if they can bring the Tasmanian tigers back, I would like to see that. Matter of fact,
Sure.
I would even chip in a few bucks to help out. But sounds like I can't remember what the amount was in that article, but it sounds like they've already received quite a few million.
well, Chris, a few bucks that, just make sure you have them all tagged.
Oh no.
Because, those Tasmanian tigers will be like, dinner. I volunteer Helton. I think Helton, I got a great idea. Let's do this. Let's start an Australian expedition. We'll put you out in the jungles of Papua New Guinea, or no, we'll put you in Tasmania.
Tasmania, yeah.
And we'll slip on the pork chop necklace around your neck, and we'll see, and we'll put a trail camera on it, and I'll go back to the hotel room, and in the morning I'll come back, and if you've been eating along with the pork chop, I'll check the trail camera. Just kidding.
Well,
I'm just having fun. So don't take anything I say. I know I can come off serious sometimes, but he's there.
So, we'd have to go to Melbourne and catch a ferry across and to get to the island. But, Tasmania is not really that big of a place. We're talking maybe 100 miles wide and 100 miles or so long.
Yep.
So it seemed like if there were still any there, they would be able to locate them.
Guy Ninja says, you need to dress like a thylacine.
Oh, no. Or a platypus.
Or a platypus.
Oh, man. But, I mean,
So for
I
those
would
who
love
don't know,
to.
pork chop necklace. You're a real pal. So for those who don't know, we've been on my expeditions, and Jen probably heard me mention that at some point back when we were out in September there up in the Adirondacks. Um, I I always tease people that who here hasn't been on a Bigfoot expedition before, and you'll have somebody raise their hand. I'm like, okay, you wear the pork chop necklace, and they look at you like, so
Okay.
yeah, Jen, we could live stream it. There's Helton tied to a tree. We got to tie you to a tree so you don't run away because we want to get a good picture of that Thylacine.
Well, I don't know. I don't think I wouldn't want to go to Papua New Guinea and look for a thylacine.
Oh, we go to
Mike and what was that guy's name again? Mark and Ollie. I think they went there and lived with a tribe in Papua.
yes, Lord. What does Larry say? Lord, please forgive me. Be with the midgets down in Papua New Guinea. Yeah, I mean, Australia is kind of on my bucket list, but it's one of those countries where everything wants to kill you.
Yes. Yes.
And the funny thing is you talk to Australians, they dread going out into our country because of all the things that'll kill us. Like they hear about bears, they're like, oh, because they don't have bears in Australia.
Well, hey, I'm with them on the bears. I don't like bears either, but
well, that's a very interesting thing too. Let's go back to that Flo Foxon study that says that Sasquatch are just people misidentifying bears. Well, explain Australia.
yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, somebody asked about the Yowies.
That's right. Helton, you'll get a selfie with it, and the Thylacine will get a smell fee.
Yeah, as you ninja. Yeah, absolutely. I believe Yowies exist. Yeah.
Why not? They were all part of when everything was crunched back together. You got to remember, Australia was smashed up against Australia or Asia, Southeast Asia, where everything seemed to have come from. Here in North America, I should say, until we the Europeans traveled westward.
But yeah.
Oh, now koala bear is not technically a bear. That doesn't count.
No.
It's not an Ursa. An Ursa is a bear.
Well, yeah.
What? You know what? Now I'm thinking about what the hell is. What is a koala bear exactly?
I believe it's a marsupial.
That's right. Yeah, infraclass Marsupialia order is Diprotodontia. And the family is Phaseocolar. Wow, I can't even. Phascolarctidae, whatever the hell it is. The genus is Phascolarctos. Phascolarctos is his genus. So it's not an Ursa, and it's a marsupial. So yeah, that's technically not a bear.
I would like to go to Australia. I would like to go to Tasmania. But the only bad thing is all the stuff that if you see a little bitty spider, you got to run because it's probably going to kill you, or the least little thing that you wouldn't think anything of. Oh, don't step on that. You'll die in 30 seconds.
Or go to South America. Oh, with a nice frog.
Yeah, let me pick that frog up. Oh, dead.
Oh,
what happened to Chris? He picked up a frog. He looked at a frog sideways and he jumped on him.
Yeah, and then if it's not the animals, especially in the Amazon, oh,
yeah. Yeah, they have uncontacted tribes there.
Wow, that I shouldn't have done that. Oh,
I mean, don't hurt your neck, man.
You know what I mean? It's just so natural to be yourself, and then you realize that that hurt a little bit.
I would love to get out and see some places like that, but you know.
So anyway, guess what time it is?
Yeah.
Getting time to get out of here.
Well, thanks guys for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate you guys.
Hey man, we will be back Sunday with a 2-hour special, and I don't know what we're going to do just yet, but you'll see, because you know we always hold off the last minute to announce shows unless we have a guest for breaking news stories, because they're, you know, obviously if you've noticed, we've had a good breaking story now for the last couple of months. Of course, they've all turned out to be, but still,
I like this one. I like this one.
Yeah, I'm very wary of Forrest Galante after the last Thylacine incident with Archidaeus or Archidaeus. So
Archisuchus or something.
Yeah, Archisuchus.
Whatever it is.
So
he's a very good mannequin maker or doll maker, whatever.
Yeah, and in one crypto group on Facebook, somebody had posted a picture of one of his things looking in the window, and Nikki called him out from Sasquatch Secrets.
Oh yeah, can't pull the wool over her eyes. You know.
Yep. Got to get up pretty early to fool me or Nikki, and usually you don't fool both of us. So anyway, Chris, take us out of here.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We appreciate you. And golly, 20-some people in here. Thanks.
Left over. We were higher than that, but we're higher than that.
Night, and we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If it's your first time watching, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Smash the like on the way out if you hadn't already. And you know, I say this because I mean it, and it's true. You guys are the best audience we could ever hope for, and we're lucky to have you. And it's only because of you that made this possible. Thank you.
Apparently, Steve Barcelo from the Crypto Paranormal Museum had a sighting yesterday of some sort, so he'll be posting a video soon. So we look forward to that.
Very cool.
But keep an eye on it. All right, folks, we will see everybody in 48 hours. Please, don't burn down Saturday. Don't burn it down. We got one day between now and Sunday night, so don't burn anything down. Behave yourselves, and party hardy. But anyway, everybody, be healthy, be safe. God bless. We will see you all here on Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Squatch-D Peace out, folks.
We thank you for being here with us on Squatch-D. If you haven't taken the time yet, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And oh yes, hit that notification bell too. We don't want you to miss anything. If you really like our content, you should consider becoming a member, and it's really inexpensive and a great way to support not only the show, but honest Bigfoot research. Everyone have a great week. Be safe and God bless. We will see you all here next time on Squatch-D. Keep on squatching.